This is a cool day. Get to meet up with John. He's gonna teach me and show me and discuss with JB what's involved in putting together a seat for a 1938 Zephyr Coupe, and I'm excited about that. I mean, how many 1938 Zephyr Coupes are ever going to be built? Not too many more, I'm guessing. There's only so few of them. And so it's an exciting day. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for coming along. JB is here with me. We're looking at the seat for that 1938 Zephyr Coupe. And we've got to get the seats here as part of our part of the process here to get things started on the interior. And so we're going to just have a little quick discussion on what we're doing here, why, and who's going to help us, because as always on any good project, it's a team effort. Yep. So here we go. Okay, so JB, it's time to give some attention to the inside of this car as far as the soft pieces go.
Right.
And what is the process for putting an interior in one of these cars? What do you do?
Well, the Zephyrs and the coupes and the convertibles had their own special interiors, and since we do principally coupes and convertibles, we kind of specialize in maintaining, buying, preserving, and restoring coupe and convertible seats. So they're very rare, they're very hard to find, and when you find them, they're usually in really bad shape. This particular seat here is a 38, and it's about as good as an original I think you'll ever find. And it's survived all these years.
So it's 82 years old as of this moment.
Right, and most of them, of course, got set out in the weather.
Wow.
And got a lot of rust in them. They're fairly tough, so that you can really restore just about any seat, and we have a couple that were left out, and we'll still be able to save them. But we're going to have to recreate the padding. Probably going to start with another year of car, like a 40 Ford or something of that nature.
Okay.
And buy those springs, modify them so that they become the backrests on the seat, and then the bottom we can get out of a sedan, because it would be very much similar, with the obvious exception that the sedan is a fixed seat. It doesn't have to worry about the back pivoting, so it doesn't have these hinges. But we can take the basic seat and modify it. Take what we can,
right,
and then modify it from a sedan to a coupe seat.
Okay.
To accommodate the coupes, which of course the seat back has to go forward in order to allow you to get in the back. On a sedan, of course, there's no requirement because you have a door.
Right. Now, who do you have helping you on this?
Well, we've been working with John Espinoza for quite a while now. He's done 2 Zephyrs and just did an incredible job. And John is one of those rare people that is really very proud that he doesn't want to just do it, he wants to do it well.
Right.
And we kind of became kindred spirits a while back when we first started planning on doing the Zephyrs, and we wanted to do, we didn't want to lose the character of the interior, but we did want to modernize it just a bit and make it more comfortable. And as you can see, there's no bolster on this, it's just a big flat seat.
Right.
So back in the day, it was attractive and a nice way of rounding out the interior in terms of appearance, but it really wasn't a very good seat to sit on. So we kind of took the basic framework and redesigned it such that it was more comfortable when you're sitting in the car for long periods of time.
Okay, so let's give John a ring. Let's bring him in here and talk to him about what we're going to make a plan.
John, good
JB,
to see you, man.
How you doing?
Hey.
Good.
We got another victim.
Another baby.
Another baby to do. That's right. John is a master trimmer. He's been doing it for how many years?
Oh, geez, since '76.
That's over a month, and I think it's fair to say John has risen above the mob, in the sense that, there are people that can just recreate something. There are people that can create something, and there's people who can do both. And John is one of those rare people. And because we work well together, We want to bring him back. This is our third or fourth one. Third one.
Third. Okay.
And each one is real similar. There are probably not a whole lot of differences because we kind of got a system worked out wherein the interior of the car boils down to a seat and 2 door panels. It's a coupe, so that's it. That's the end of the story. And those things have to work really well, and they have to look like they were designed by the same people. And I say people plural because when I work with John, I do not tell John what to do. I ask him if this is a good idea, and then he either makes a face and says, "You're out of your mind," or he says, "Well, yeah, that will work." And then so we have this really good working relationship because I listen more than I talk, which is hard to imagine. But with John, you don't really have to steer him a lot. You just say, "This is what we want to do. This is kind of where I want to go," and then give him the stuff that he needs to do it. So,
You know, when I get a car like this, I look at just like, yes. You know, the upholstery gods love me.
thank you, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's actually simple. You know, people think it's hard, and it's really not. Step back, think about what you want to do. Like I say, I've done this 2 times already on this particular car, so I know what I need to do. And
So can you take just a minute and just explain the process? Like, what are you going to need to do to go from where we are right now to finishing this up? What do you have to do?
well, if this was the first car, say this is my very first one, and this is a personal thing for me, I do patterns.
Okay.
I clean up anything, like there's clips here that I would take off to start because I'm not going to use those clips again. I'm going to use my own clips that I've over the years have found what clips work well for what job, and basically make sure everything is good to start. Then I'm going to make a pattern, which, like I said, is for myself in case I do another car. I've already got the hard work done. The pattern fits, now I know I can cut the panel. Fit the panel, panel fits, I go on to the design. What I need to do to get the design I want. The first 2 took a little thinking, sitting there watching a Diamondback game, thinking about the Zephyr. Bam, commercial comes on, light bulb lights, jot it down on paper, good to go.
How does this compare with how we're going to end up?
First of all, I know that this has already been redone once. That is not the correct original design from, you know, 38, 39?
Yeah.
So already know somebody else's hands have been in it. It's not a bad job, but I know we're going to change this. On one of the other seats, we did have this little bolster in the top. We took that out. Customer did not want it. I said, fine. We adapted. Made it look like the first one that didn't have that, and that just changes with some simple foam work. Okay. You know, add a little more foam, take a little bit of foam out, whatever the case. Changed it to look like the other seat. I check all the springs, make sure everything's correct. If there's something broken, you weld it, you repair it, straighten it out, reposition it, because a lot of the older seats shift one way or another, usually to the driver's side because of the spring setup. Okay. If it's off, which one seat was, one cushion was an inch farther to the driver's side than the passenger side. It just all moves, and you can see somebody that knows the setups, when they strip a seat and get to the frame, you can tell just by looking at it. Yeah. Well, I got to do my thing to make sure I move that back. I got a couple little tricks to try to eliminate from that happening in the future, which I won't get into.
Okay.
Fix that, refoam it as a base, and then I draw on it, whatever design I'm going to do.
Okay.
In this case, we did what they call kind of a horseshoe design. It was a horseshoe on the cushion that went full. These were kind of what's considered half horseshoe to meet.
I see.
And if you look at the other seats, my welting, any pleating I do, matches.
Right.
For that reason, because I put the seat back together, do my drawings. As long as I match my drawings, we're good. On that style, there was some extra 1-inch foam to get the rise, just cosmetic stuff. I use different foams. There's different density of foams for different applications. I'll start with a higher density foam, so we've got the cushion. You're not going to feel springs. In the olden days, they used combination of burlaps, cotton, and foam, and Dacron. Dacron was used a lot back in the days to fill the imperfections. Okay, I don't need to do that because I adjust with the different foams.
I see.
And a lot of guys don't do that because of cost. Well, cost to me, if my customer's paying, he's going to get what he pays for. Okay. Simple as that.
Right.
I'm not going to cut corners to try to make that extra $5
right.
to put in my pocket and then have my customer come back and say, hey, John, what's going on here? That doesn't happen. Right. The door panel is a different type of foam. I use closed cell foam.
Okay.
That comes 1/8 inch thick, 1/4 inch thick, and 3/8 thick. There used to be a 5/8. I don't think no longer available, but you can get the different thicknesses because that foam is sandable.
Okay.
That's what a lot of people don't
cool.
understand. You can sand it,
yeah.
and get the look. You look at some work,
Round over the corners.
and it'll be smooth, and all of a sudden you got a little bump.
Okay.
Sand that out, and that's usually from a clip.
Okay.
Sand that out, you never see it.
Right.
The guys don't want to take the time. They want to half fast.
That's excellent, though.
And on the Zephyr, we went simple. Kind of duplicated what I did on the seat frame.
Right.
Took it to the door panel, made a little insert, so to speak, that was flush to the board, and then surrounded it with the closed cell foam to give it the rise.
Right.
Up in the armrest, there's a little bit more because I feathered it out to blend with the armrest instead of just a big armrest and then it was flat short panel that didn't look right. It smooths out and fits
Excellent.
the contour of what we had.
Very good. So next time we see you, I guess you're going to possibly be taking some measurements and doing a little bit of prep, or are you going to be able to do that today, you think?
No, it'll be the next time I come out. We'll, like I say, I have patterns already.
Right.
I'll come out, make sure that the patterns will fit this door, because just because of the era, right and left, one car to the next,
right,
not necessarily matched.
Right.
So
You can count on it not matching.
I can count on, I would rather waste, $2 of cardboard than waste a $20 piece of urethane or whatever I make the panels out of.
Very good.
So, that'll be the next step. Come out, check patterns. If they're good, we're good to go.
So I see that the panel actually wraps around the window. It doesn't just go up to the sill.
Yeah, see,
It goes all the way around.
exactly. And getting that to fit properly. is a
Oh
nightmare.
yeah, that is very
Isn't-
tight tolerances there. And I see the recessed trim here.
Right.
How you
This had to be fabricated. This stainless steel bar was fabricated. If you notice, there's no seam in it.
It's two pieces welded together.
no kidding. They've been attached
Seamless.
and turned into one piece.
You know it's not factory when you see
No,
that,
that's right.
because they would never do something.
Wow, that is
It's just
beautiful.
too much work.
That is
But it has
beautiful.
a nice soft touch. It ties in with the upright, which is probably one of the most beautiful seats ever designed. That's why we kept that part of it. And this over here is a French seam, right, John?
Mm-hmm.
This is the French
French
seam.
stitch,
Fre-
excuse me.
Okay.
Which is real popular nowadays.
Yeah, but it's real hard to do, isn't it? You have to tuck the thing together.
Get them straight.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Not for you. I'm talking about for
For the average guy.
average guy.
Okay.
You see how all those, what do you call those ridges, John? What's the correct name for it?
That's tuck and roll.
No, but I mean, each one of those panels is.
Yeah, that's tuck and roll stuff.
Okay, but look how each one of them is radiused over.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at another car, they'll just be flat, and there'll be square corners.
Really?
So every one of those has to be made by hand.